And what you need to do here is to establish and communicate a really transparent release schedule that's really going to demonstrate that your project isn't kind of one power outage away from some kind of digital oblivion, right? So, the reason why this is really important is that contributors and users really need to know that you're going to be around, that you're not going to be a fly-by-night moment. So what you want to do is you want to focus on 3 fundamental things as you do this, right? And if you want a bit of inspiration about why this is important, one particular project you should definitely check out is going to be Linux, like the Linux kernel, right? They've had a regular release schedule running like clockwork for decades, and it's created a ton of trust around Linux, especially back in the early days when a lot of people would write Linux off as being a project that, really, is this kind of open source kernel going to go anywhere? Well, yeah, it went everywhere. But also, kind of Vue.js is also a great example of a project. They published their roadmap that really communicates kind of which features are coming, and it prevents that kind of like, is this thing dead anxiety, right? So the first thing I'd recommend you do is that you display your project status, right, at the top of your README file. I'm going to put README here. This might sound obvious, right? But when people go to that project, if you can say whether this is, kind of actively maintained or whether it's been deprecated, this is going to help a ton in making sure that people know that the project's alive. It sounds really simple. It takes 2 minutes to do, but it's actually going to help. And then this, when paired with a regular release cadence, is going to mean that as people come and check out your project and they see that it's alive, and then they see that you're shipping, once every 2 weeks, once every month, once every quarter. It doesn't really matter what the cadence is. It just matters that there is a cadence, right? It matters that somebody can go and see there's been 5 releases in this particular time frame, and these releases are regularly coming out, right? So don't feel like you have to fit some other projects' release cadence. Just pick something that works well for you and settle on that. That's going to be the best thing to do. And then the other thing you're going to want to do here is to respond quickly to issues, right? This is, again, all about showing that this project is vibrant and alive and thriving, right? This is making sure that, when somebody kind of submits an issue or a pull request, go and respond, ideally, within 48 hours, right? Even if you're just saying, hey, I've seen this, appreciate you submitting this, I'll check this out later on, right? It all builds a sense of confidence in what you're building here.